All right. When you're ready, please introduce yourself, introduce the run, give me a countdown for the timer, and let me know when you want to start the run.
Of course, the timer will be a bit because we have to create our characters first. But yeah, my name is Organ Mike. I come here today on Treaty 1 territory, where I stand, or right now where I sit. Where I live, work, and play is Treaty 1 territory, North Central Turtle Island, the homeland of the Anishinaabe, Anishinaabe, Denisolee, Dakota Oyate, and Dene people, and the heart of the Red River Métis Nation. And I am here in part in the spirit of reconciliation and restoration, in hopes that what I do today has, in some small way, contributes to reconciliation with these peoples. Even though that's not the point of what we're here today for, I still like to acknowledge the peoples that came before and the troubles they face due to the continuing harm of colonialism. So, it's also very early in the morning, so here we are, the Bard's Tale trilogy. We're going to be doing 2/3 of that trilogy, in basically what are 2 challenge runs, which is lots of fun. So we're going to start with Tales of the Unknown. We're going to do that in Legacy mode. So when this came out in 2018, it was basically came out. The original creator got the rights to the game back from Electronic Arts, and brought out this as a and created the Bard's Tale Volume 4, which I have yet to play. Apparently, it's quite good. But this was basically a promotional bit, and then put this legacy mode on it. What we will do as a nod to marathoning is we will turn the auto map back on and allow us to save anywhere, only as an emergency. But the rest of this, so like it played in the 80s, every character has an individual inventory. They can carry 8 items per character. If you turn that off, you have a collective inventory sack of 40 items. What's more, every character has to carry their own gold, as opposed to having a collective pool. The other thing that's really most notable for the run is full experience requirements, which means that, exactly what it says, the original Legacy mode, or the original 1980s experience requirements, are double what they are in the original, or in the remake. Bleh, it's very early in the morning. So yeah, normally you'd only be able to save at the guild, and you wouldn't have an auto map, but again, we're making a nod to marathon safety here. So it's going to take a bit before... so don't start the timer just yet, because we have a little cutscene here, a little bit of music, and me getting things out from under me so I can sit comfortably. So we'll let the bard tell his tale here. Castle walls and torchless halls, the price we had to pay. Try this, there we go. Though those of old for blood and gold had rescued Scarabray. Alright. Okay, making myself comfy here. Volume 1, Tales of the Unknown. The legend of Scarabray. Long ago in the land of Caith, when magic still prevailed, the evil wizard Mangar the Dark threatened a small but harmonious town called Scarabray. Overnight, all the town's militiamen disappeared, and Mangar froze the surrounding countryside with a spell of eternal winter, totally isolating it from any possible help. As evil creatures oozed into the sewers to join Mangar's shadow crusade, the future of Scarabray hung in the balance. And who was left to resist? Only a handful of unproven young warriors, some junior magic users, a couple bards barely old enough to drink, and that does matter, and a few out-of-work rogues. You, meaning me, are the leader of this ragtag group of freedom fighters. Luckily, you have a bard with you to sing your glories, if you survive, for this is the stuff of legends. And thus the story begins. We're going to have to create our party here, so first we're going to delete the pre-made characters. And create some new ones. And the original Bard's Tale didn't allow for female characters, so I'm going to choose the party entirely of female characters, just as a nod to egalitarianism. So, female hobbit rogue is going to be our lead character here, and this is Stabby, as usual. Hobbit rogue. We need 3 of these hobbit rogues. We're looking for high dexterity and hit points. We have Insta, since rogues are fast. So the game implies that we're doing the roll 3 6-sided dice thing. We're not actually. It's rolling. It's generating a number for each of those stats between 1 and 8, and adding a racial modifier to it. Insta and Speedy. There we go. And we now need to create the rest of the team. We need a dwarf bard. Looking for high constitution here. There we go, we'll take that. I usually go with Melody. We need 2 spellcasters. We're going with elves. There's 2 choices for spellcaster, Conjurer and Magician. They are roughly equivalent. Magician is actually slightly more powerful than Conjurer. But they have a lot of spells that cover the same general subject matter. We need one of each, though, and we change their class over time. I want high dexterity and high intelligence, and the elves' maximum for both is 16, so I'm really kind of looking for that. And some good spell points to go with. If that had decent spell points, I'd take that. But that high dexterity is very important. You know what? That's good enough. Let's Blaze. And we'll have one more elf. Magician. Again, one of each. So there's actually 4 spellcasting classes. Spellcasters get to change their class as they level up. Once you hit 5th level and get 3rd level spells, you can change your class to another spellcasting class. And zap. There we go. Alright, and once I enter the city, the timer will begin. If we are ready on that, I'm actually... Once I remove the team, is the first thing I'll do. I won't jump into the city right away. We're going to take all the team out, and then we're going to come back. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, we roll. Alright, we're going to put our rogues back in the team here. And the first thing we're going to do, this is Scarborough. We're going to head over this way. We're going to establish something here. This is the Thieves' Temple. No charge for guild members. So they're not going to charge... Temples are where we do our healing. They're not going to charge us. So here's what combat looks like. We have a target. 1 samurai in this case. We have our options here. Attack, defend, cast a spell, bard song, use an item. These are not... these are rogues. They don't have spells. They don't have bard songs. And they don't have items to use right now. Hide in shadows is the unique rogue ability. So we're going to do that. They're all going to try and hide in shadows. 50% chance. Only one of them made it. Hey, hide in shadows removes them from the line entirely. So Stabby cannot be hit right now. Can't even be targeted. Is going to attack from the shadows. On attacking from the shadows, Stabby leaps out of the shadows, punches at a samurai, critically hits for 2 hit points. A critical hit in this game is an instant kill. Boom, dead. That's it. Headshot, you know, that sort of thing. And when you jump out from the shadows, you get a critical hit. And then we go to the Thieves' Temple, and like I said, they don't charge for rogues. So we're going to take advantage of that. And we're going to go around town and break a bunch of statues. I call this Project Victoria. It's okay if they end up dead. I can heal them for free. This is a good way to grind the thieves up to an acceptable level to begin with. Alas, your party's expired and gone to Adventure Heaven. Sorry, bud. It does send us back to the Adventurers Guild, not Adventure Heaven, unfortunately. And we just heal the party. No nice requiem. Remove melody, and back out we go. And you can see that Insta has a level prepped there. That's what the little arrow is for. And we get a little bonus here. 1 hit point, 4 points of disarm, 8 points of hide and shadows. 7 of disarm, 6 of hide and shadows. That's what we're looking for more than anything else there. We also get a stat point. Now, meanwhile, we're going to duck in here. We're going to speak to the priest and say the word Tarjun. What? There we are. And immediately leave the catacombs again, but this refreshes all the statues. So we have more targets for grinding. Sure, you can be the first to die. That's awesome. So you can see on the lower right, there's 7 slots for characters, and 6 of them have numbers, and the top one has an S. Run away from that. The S is the special character, which could be summoned monsters or monsters we recruit, like that spider. Hide, please. Come on, that's improbable. So yeah, the whole point right now at the start of this is to build up our rogues so that they have a good hide and shadows skill. And since the hide and shadows is easy enough to do, and renders them immune to combat, and gives us a critical hit, and all these other benefits, and we just end up back at the Adventurers Guild by a completely free heal for them, it just sort of makes sense to start the grind this way. We get things going. And we take our levels. Ooh, a 10, an 8, a 9. Yeah, good. So yeah, while I'm grinding, just curious if there's anything you'd like to share about the marathon, about how things are going, or anything along those lines, or... if you're even there. Okay. Aye, there we are. I've cleared these out already. Sure, you can be the first to die. Well, second after Stabby. So part of the what takes this game a while is the exploration. You would normally be mapping this all out by hand as you went. It's a classic step-based JRPG, or JRPG, regular CRPG. That's the one. That's the letter I'm after. And as you're mapping it out, you're checking out all these houses, and... ooh, those are not good levels. This is where the RNG comes into play. It's unfortunate, but true. Heal the party. Donais Requiem. Oh, thank you, Nomad. Appreciate that. Speeding things up a bit for me. Come over here, start killing some more stuff. We won't be grinding here forever. We will soon move up to another grind, since that's how this game works. We grind so that we can grind some more. Take out the dragon. Donais Requiem. I don't know why they sing that, but, you know. It's Latin for grant them rest. It's usually something you sing at their death, not at their resurrection. But here we are. Hey. Yeah, we just go about our day. Calmly smashing statues as we go. Don't worry, we won't do this forever. It would be nice if Stabby could survive a bit. Insta found a lamp. Nice. We'll go heal Stabby. Sure, you can be the first to die. Wow, I'm getting lots of offers to join. There are times I do this run, I don't get a single offer to join. I've had 3 already. Dum nice requiem. And you can see why they don't normally join us, because, like I said, you can be the first to die. Sure, you can take a hit for me, that's fine. 8 plus 5. Ooh, how are we doing here? 34. Oh, only level 3, though. Yeah. So you start with 20 points in Hide and Shadow skill. In the city proper, you're getting a bonus of 30% on top, or of 30 points on top of your Hide and Shadow skill. Stabby, please stop dying. You're the one that needs the experience. We'll go grab our... We'll go regain our health here. Don't haste requiem. So yeah, in the city you get a 30% bonus to your hide. That bonus then ticks down and, in fact, becomes a penalty in later areas of the game. Thank you. Get dead. Awesome. Hide. Stabby again. Stabby's a problem. Stabby's a real problem. Could start focusing on Stabby. I could, in fact, drop the other 2 from the party and just let Stabby do the stabbing for a bit. The thing about the fun thing about having 3 rogues in the party, it's only the first 3 characters in the team that are allowed to be in melee combat, that are allowed to attack or be attacked in hand-to-hand combat. So all the characters in the team can participate in magic combat. Okay, yeah, we'll fight you guys. Hide. We've got a 95% chance. That is as good as it gets. Don't get no better than 95%. There we go. Thank you, Stabby. But more interestingly is if there's nothing around that can actually be can actually do long range combat. If all my rogues are hiding, then nothing will attack. They'll just sit there while my backline just taunts them. And I have this image in my head of like an army of monsters stacked up against... Oh, I've already taken these guys out. Yep. Stacked up against my 6 adventurers. And the 3 rogues vanishing into the shadows. And the rest of the army... Sure, yeah, you can stand there. And the rest of the monsters just sort of standing there, looking at the bard and the 2 spellcasters. Yeah, okay. Because there's no front line anymore. They've all disappeared. So the rest of them can just sort of face down this army of vicious monsters, because there's no one in the front line for the monsters to hit. Which to me is like just hugely amusing. It's a very, very funny image in my head. Where are we here? 41. The chance to hide in shadows does cap at 95%. So really your best bet is to hide once and then stay hidden. Thank you. And if you want to stay hidden, you can defend, while the rest of my team takes out whatever's in the way. Of course, Stabby gets killed. There's also some easy fights at the start of Baron Harkon's domain we could take on, though that does tend to be a little bit more of a challenge. Okay, this is Scarabray. This is our main hub, kind of. There's several dungeons sprouting off of it. There's the wine cellar and the sewers, which is the first one, which we're basically going to ignore until the very end of the game. So the wine cellar and the sewers beneath that. There's the catacombs that we keep ducking into to regenerate the statues. The catacombs under the Temple of the Mad God, which is a 3-level dungeon. Stabby, gotta start hitting those rolls. Come on, friend, let's do this. Well, you're surviving anyway. So yeah, there's the catacombs under the Temple of the Mad God, which is the second dungeon. Then after the catacombs, you end up in Baron Harkon's domain. And from Harkon's domain, you go straight to Kiliaran's tower. You can't get there right now. There's 2 towers in the city. They're both locked off. Like, if I go through these gates here, this is Mangar's tower over there. It's the final dungeon, but the gate is locked. Kiliaran's tower is in the northeast corner of town. Same deal, though. It's surrounded by iron gates, which are locked. We have to teleport inside those gates, which we do from Baron Harkon's domain. A little bit later in the run. Of course. Now we are finding equipment, slowly but surely. Oops, I know that's not the way. Filling out the map is what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing there. There we go. This is the way I want. Just filling out the auto map. It's all good. Heal the team. No nice requiem. Oh, come on, Stabby. Thank you. Please get a good level here. What level are we at? 6 and 8. Yeah, we've got time. We're still going. Still going strong. Once we get these rogues up to a good level, we will be grinding up a spellcaster. And then once we've put a spellcaster to good level, we'll be grinding up the other spellcaster. And at some point, the bard gets to join in the fun. There we go. That's more like how it should be running. Perfect. There we go. See, Stabby, it's not so hard, right? Not so bad. There we go. A little bit better at hiding in the shadows. We're at 60. You know what? To me, that's good enough. We're going to head over here. We're going to grab ourselves a magician. We're going to add the magician to the fight, to the encounter here. But we're not going to go back to the statues. We're going to start grinding here. Oh, come on, Stabby. So we're right across from the Thieves' Temple, so I can heal at any time I want for free, provided that the Thieves' Temple only heals rogues for free, and that's something that was only made for the remake. Hide, hide, hide. And they'll just sort of stand there and stare at the spellcaster. Well, 5 gnomes. There we are. Heal up. 5 kobolds. Broadsword, yeah. 8 orcs. Run away. Okay, I tried to run away there. Run away again. There we are. 8 kobolds. Yeah, I can do 8 kobolds. 8 orcs, a little bit more tricky. Three bad hobbits. I don't have any rings to give them, so... There we go. 3 magicians. Run away. Oh, okay, don't. That's fine. Run away now. There we go. So when you run away in this game, if you fail, if you attempt to run away and fail, the game just initiates a normal round of combat, which is kind of nice. It doesn't, you don't lose a whole round of turns. You just get a normal fight. Done. 3 spiders. There we go. Kill them all at once. Spiders are surprisingly difficult. Oops. Hit the wrong key. That's what I want. So I'm two-handing the controls there, using both the up arrow and the W key, because the game does respond to both the arrow keys and WASD. Back in the day, when we didn't have arrow keys, because we were playing this on the Commodore 64, and we had not standardized WASD as the sort of secondary standard for arrow keys, what was used was IJKL. Believe it or not. Didn't even really hide. I could have just punched that kobold to death. Finding stuff. Run away. Also, I just ran away from you guys. No nice requiem. You also might notice there's no like background music. All the music you hear in game is diegetic, meaning it comes from the scene itself. So if we want music, we have to actually bring our bard along and play us a tune. That's on the list. That's on the to-do list. Just curious if anyone out there has a preference. Because I will be having to purchase the bard an instrument. Whether there's anyone who has a preference for flute, mandolin, or harp. Those are the 3 bard instruments that we can buy off the start of the game.
I mean, if I'm allowed to just quickly interject here, the harp is the national instrument of Wales, so, you know, just saying.
Perfect. We can have ourselves a Welsh bard.
There we go. Welsh bard it is with a harp.
Isn't it also the instrument, the national instrument of the Irish? Not sure.
I know it features on the Guinness logo. I just know for a fact that, like, the royal harpist, for example, in the UK is always a Welsh person. And obviously the harp does feature in, like, national cultural celebrations in Wales as well. It probably does feature the same in Ireland as well, but Irish and Welsh culture is quite similar. There are some overlaps in the two cultures as well.
Yeah, I know very little despite my history being fairly English. I am Canadian, but I come from, on one side of my family, from a long side of a long list of English people, and on the other side from Irish and Scottish. And of course, Skara Brae, I believe, is named after a Scottish ruin.
I mean, it sounds Scottish, that's for certain.
And I believe the word bard is Welsh, is it not? Like, or comes from Welsh?
If it originates from Welsh, then the Welsh word for poetry is barddoniaeth, and poet is bardd, and obviously that sounds very similar to bard.
I think that's where we get it from.
Yeah, so it sounds plausible, that's for certain. Because bards are poetic in a way, aren't they?
That's the theory.
I know from Tolkien lore that Elvish is very based on Welsh, the Welsh language. So, my limited knowledge of Tolkien.
Well, and Tolkien is, of course, the basis of a lot of these, a lot of the lore in these games too. Either straight up on his own or via Dungeons and Dragons, which was, of course, very heavily based on Tolkien's lore. And Dungeons and Dragons formed the basis for a lot of these early role-playing games, and still does, either directly or through several steps at this point, since we are a little removed from Tolkien now. Where are we on experience? 4,000. Let's at least get 2 levels before we quit this bit here. Hey. Defend, defend, hide. So yeah, I called for it earlier. I guess you weren't about. Just wondering if there's anything you'd like to say about your marathon, how it's going, how things have been doing.
Oh, sorry, I was making a cup of tea, which is probably why I didn't respond the first time you mentioned it, because I don't remember you saying that.
That's quite
anyway,
right.
In any case, well, I can always talk about everyone can, can't I?
Absolutely.
Everyone can talk about everyone can. Woo! But anyway, yeah, if you guys would like to donate to the charity fundraiser for Everyone Can, if you type !donate in the chat on Twitch, there's a link in the description on YouTube. It's the very first link on YouTube. In the description, there is also a QR code that cycles around every so often if you don't have access to either of them. That will take you to the donation page, where you can send your, you can make your donation to the donation tracker that you can see on the screen. So the donations will go to Everyone Can at the end of the event. So we do process the donations on our end, but then we will send the donations to Everyone Can at the end. Subject to us retaining 10% of all donations, just so that we can cover running costs and all that stuff as well. But the total we currently have, which we will donate to Everyone Can, so the total you see on screen is the total we'll eventually donate to Everyone Can at the end, and that currently stands at £118, which is an absolutely fabulous total. But let's get some more donations in as well. So please let's get some more donations in for Everyone Can, because they do such great work. They have a gaming centre in Manchester. and they host things like gaming sessions and stuff like that. And they do disability assessments, and they help people. They provide like custom gaming peripherals for people with disabilities as well. So they do such amazing work, and all the money that they receive will go to a fantastic cause, certainly. So yeah, please keep those donations coming in, and as they come in, I will read them out periodically as well.
Fantastic. Do feel free to cut in, especially while I'm busy grinding here. This is the problem with being an RPG runner. There is grind.
Yeah.
Very different from Planet Diver, where it was just, you know, go. Level 5,000, okay. Found a torch, that's good, we'll use that. I have to periodically check my inventory, because it's got to be starting to get full. No. Hide, thank you. And then attack. Hide. Then attack. Miss 2 95s in a row. Good job. There we are. Against something it didn't really matter. I could have just attacked them. Conjurers don't have a lot of health. Donis Requiem. 6,062. Now what we're looking for is 10,000. Oh no! Zap got aged. What that means then is that all Zap stats go down to 1. It's not really that big a deal right now. I'll have to have it cured before we level up, because you get bonuses on your level based on your stats, and if your stats are all level 1, you don't get any bonuses. The only way to cure old age in this game is to go to the temple to do it, and it costs you, I think it's 300 gold times the level of the character. It's a good reason to keep the character at level 1. But it doesn't affect the experience gain, doesn't affect her ability to defend and do nothing. Yeah, the reason I'm only grinding up one is because I only want again, the more party members we have, the deeper the split of experience. Just attack. Yeah. So we're splitting the experience 4 ways instead of 6, and that does make a difference. Donis Requiem. 8,000, okay, good. Start a count now, I guess. Wow. Whoa, Stabby, come on. There we go. 81. 8150. 82, essentially. 8250. Nope. 83. 84. 8450. 85. Mad dogs are very experience dense. Let's just check. 88, okay. 89. Oh, Insta got aged. That's alright. That does make a difference because it affects armor class. because there's a dexterity bonus to armor class. And yeah, armor class went up with old age. This is old D&D rules. Lower armor class is better armor class. Aye, aye, aye. Which, to my mind, is as it should be. Hello. Thank you. Do hit those rolls. We'll eat the small penalty for... the small money penalty for healing zap. So the way spellcasters work, every odd experience level, they can gain new spells. Up to level 13 when they max out at 7th level spells. I think that's where we want to be. Go up here. Oh yeah, we're also stuffed full of equipment, so yeah, we can't pick anything new up. Still need 4, yeah, so yeah, we have to buy our next level of spells. We just need another 500 experience. Yeah, let's do that now. Try and get that done before nightfall. The game does have a lot of real-time elements. There is a day-night cycle. At night, the equipment store is closed, as is the review board runaway. Nothing else really changes other than that. You do get more difficult enemies on the overworld. And there is one puzzle that we're not going to see that only works at nighttime. 80 points. 40 points. No! Not fighting that many barbarians. No need to fight that many orcs. Give me something small. There we go. 2 spiders. Done. And now, very importantly, we have access to 3rd level spells. Specifically, Star Flare. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lot of dexterity there. So now we're going to take our chances in the catacombs. And we're going to see if we can get away with something. We are going to use... we are going to save where I really shouldn't be allowed to, but that's okay. And we're also going to take a moment to go through the inventory and ditch some things we don't need. Just in case there's something here I'm able to pick up. Oh yeah, I can't go that way. I've got to go over here. Now our hide and shadows chance is lowered, so I'm really hoping we hit that. Got Star Flare. And it kills the whites. There we go. And we will take our best chance to disarm. And there's 2,000 experience, straight up. Look at that. And a mithril chain. So better equipment. Better experience. And a better chance to hide for when we return. Next. We'll hold on to those. 3. 4. Mithril chain. So I'm just going to add Melody in for a moment. Trade that back so that Melody has some equipment there. Tower shield, trade back. We're not going to keep Melody in here, but we're just going to create a little space there. And we are going to grab Blaze. momentarily. Oh, that howl means it's nighttime. Officially. And my torch burned out when I went to the Adventurers Guild. That's normal. We'll light another one. And right in front of me is a trap. So we have the trap zap spell, and it's now gone. Boom. Go through here. And there's a secret door there, and also a trap in the way. It is also gone. Now, we are going to abuse the fact that we're using the marathon safe. Quick save. And that's why. Oh my goodness. Two of them gonna get killed. Alright, fine. See if I can beat them to the punch here. Nope. There we are. That's all I want. And the rest of the zombies will just stand there. And now we have the Trap Zap spell, which will unlock the spell. And now we got 4,000 experience for that. And the potential for better gear, which I'm hoping for. 66 skeletons, Star Flare. That's going to result in dead. Yeah. There we are. And walk out. An unidentified ring. That is almost certainly a shield ring. But it's unidentified. Can't tell what it is. It is now nighttime. Means the monsters up here are generally worse. If I step into the Adventurers Guild and step back out, the daylight will instantly return. Might as well do a fight here. No reason not to, it's right there. But I can't level up while I'm here, and I can't sell stuff. The shop is closed at night. Review board is closed. I'll see you in the morning. If I come over here, this is Roscoe's Energy Emporium. Roscoe sells spell points. What you didn't get a chance to see earlier, also we'll see if we can grab a harder fight in here. Mages in this game, spellcasters, are solar powered. So now we're finding multiple groups. Two magicians, and also one magician. Out they go. Swordsmen are not something we'd normally fight. Here. Zombies. See, we are fighting things that are more powerful, too. But to get those big kills all at once, so it's the 45 zombies and 66 skeletons, and the chance for some really good equipment down in the catacombs. That's usually why I wander down there. Blaze has lower dexterity, okay. Pardon me. Hide, and cast a Star Flare, and then kill the straggler, and use Blaze to unlock the the treasure chest. And indeed, use Blaze to trap zap. The fancy particle effect graphics were not in the original. This is the burial preparation chamber. It's where all the zombies are, I guess. Hey, there we go. Sabby found a mithril shield. Lovely. Equip it. Yeah, just to reiterate what our fantastic host has said, we are indeed. There is indeed a fundraiser on this. I shouldn't say we. I'm not organizing. I'm just playing fun. I'm just playing games for the internet. Fantastic charity. Everyone can. Please do donate.
You're as much as part of InstaSpeedathon as everybody else is. We wouldn't have a marathon without the runners.
Couple of Jade Monks. We'll take them out. That's as maybe, but... Oops. I'm going to the wrong place. I want Roscoe's. Force of habit. Okay. Part of the other fun is I'm not actually keeping time myself, so I'm not actually sure how long I've been at this.
We're about 45 minutes in based on timer time.
Okay. Okay. Zap found a flute. Really sort of hoping for something a little more powerful than just an ordinary flute. What we can find down here that I'm hoping to get is a fire horn, which gives a bard a breath weapon attack. And in the original Bard's Tale, items didn't have charges. So you have this very interesting situation where when you have magic items, you can use them indefinitely, although every time you use them, they have a small chance of breaking. What level are we? Yeah, okay. It's a really interesting way to deal with probably what was a programming challenge. I mean, again, this is from the 80s. Back then, we didn't have Claude to write our bad code for us. We had to write our bad code ourselves. So... And if you're trying to deliver on a game... Mithril chain. Can't use mithril chain. Skill armor. You want to get it out the door, and you've got a programming challenge like how do we add charges to things? And you can't figure that out. Well, you just change the rules and say, yeah, we don't need charges on things. Okay, kill a lot of the skeletons, please. Thank you. Mithril plate. Nobody in the team can use that, so it's going to get sold. Up the stairs. Everybody's ready for a level. Spellcasters are ready for several. But the review board's closed until morning. And we can't ditch our stuff until then. It's now evening, according to... Oh, there goes my torch. I'll have to light another one. Oh, I should go get my... Oh, if I'm going to go get my spell points back anyway, I might as well use a magic spell for a torch. There we go. So yeah, the day-night cycle does matter when you're above ground. Yeah, like I said, there's lots of real-time effects in the game. So there's a real-time counter on my light. Combat, random encounters are checked for in real time, not based on steps. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's fine. Or not. So normally, again, I wouldn't do this, but I've got the marathon safe option. And really, watching me grind and fail to grind is not a lot of fun. The main reason I come here is not so much for the experience. I mean, that is a factor. But I want the drops, but I'm not getting anything of real note. Ooh, leather gloves. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We can purchase those. Garth sells them. Probably dropped there by some other unfortunate... Yeah, sure, you can be the first to die. That's fine. Oh, where am I going? I don't need healing. It's still early. So yeah, the basic premise of the run is that we grind until we move on to the better grind. And then once we're done that grind, we move on to a better grind from there. And from that grind, we'll move on to a better grind. And so on. Until finally, we have grinded enough to beat the game. Oh, and incidentally, we're also going to solve a couple quests on the way. Guard's Tale 2 is going to be similar, but not the same. So it will hopefully be a little bit more interesting. Okay, we're going to try it. Nope. Definitely not going to work if she doesn't get the initiative. Poor rolls. That's why dexterity is so important. Oh my goodness. Thieves just aren't doing well on this one. There we go. Can't you imagine, like, all those zombies just standing there? You know, why aren't you attacking? Well, there's no front line. There's no one in the front line. Those two mages, we can't attack them. They're out of melee range. To me, it's just one of the most amusing images possible. We can't attack. They're not on the line. Winding through here. Yippity boop. We'll get these guys. Hide. Cast a star flare. Cast another star flare. And away we go. Okay, no. There was a little pause there that made me think it wanted to give me something, but my inventory was full. But nope, my inventory is not full. Maybe it is time... Not quite. Sure. So, of course, as levels go up, the amount of experience required gets higher at a pretty steady rate. Like, it's pretty reasonable until you hit level 13. Once you hit level 13, that's kind of the cap level for this game. Once you're there, every single level to go beyond that requires 200,000 experience. Unless you're a wizard, in which case it's like 2.7 million or something. Thank you for getting some initiative this time. Yeah, we have not found any really good equipment. No, no bard sword. No, we don't have a bard sword, which is a weapon for a bard, obviously. That means they never run out of songs. We haven't found a fire horn. We haven't found a light wand. Right? Let me check. We've got one unidentified ring. Yeah, our treasure has been rather uninspired. And the unfortunate thing about that, like, it's one of the things about the RNG in this game, right? If I'm not getting the treasures, you know, it slows me down later. Nope. There are a couple other places we can grind, but I really, you know... Oh, there's another dead thief. Dead thief isn't too bad if I get my star flare off before that happens, because dead thief means I mean, I do have to leave at that point, but it does mean a greater share of the experience. There we are. A helm is not what I want. I want a horn, a fire horn. The moon's moved, by the way. I don't know if anyone noticed, but the moon was rising in the east there originally, and now it's somewhere else. Actually, no, I guess it was in the west. Maybe that was the sun setting? I don't know. But yeah, it was over there, and that's west. So yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, you can die. That's fine. And I can find the moon, I'm sure. Look around the Grand Plaza. The game also allows you to look around. So, I mean, that's obviously a, you know, that's a remake trick. The Apple II didn't really let you explore 3D environments like that. I mean, the graphics were pretty good for their time, but the for their time there is pretty essential in that discussion. they go. There's a harp. How's our levels doing? Okay. Some good killing, yeah. Trap zap. Stop it with the mundane stuff. If Garth can sell it, I shouldn't be finding it here. Nope. Yeah. Out. Ugh. Finding lots of armor. Alright, let's clean up the inventory, which means I'm going to go here, heal up. And we will, in fact, make it daytime. Money is important. Oh yeah, identify that, would you? Shield ring. Good call. That's going to go to the bard. Hold on to it for now. Grab whatever levels we can. Thank you. And get my spells. And we should have Conjurer and Magician 5, yep. So now we got some bigger kick behind us. And again, this is where RNG can play a factor in how we grind. Neither of our spellcasters hit Dexterity 18. Yeah, sure, you can be the first to die, whatever. At Dexterity 18, we're almost guaranteed to go first against monsters here. Later on, it ain't gonna matter. We're gonna take the later turns, no matter what we do. Here we go. Now it's a 95% chance. Now we've got bigger spells: Dragon Breath and Shock Sphere. Mithril Scale, that's actually usable. Look at that. As well. Don't really need to carry around the leather armor. Dragon Breath and Shock Sphere. Slightly more damaging. Okay. You might see me occasionally when I go to cast a spell. Oh, there's a Mithril Helm. Slightly better. When I go to cast a spell, you might see me type in 4 letters instead of just finding it in the list. Back in the olden days, that was how you had to use your spells. And I've still memorized most of them. That was the game's version of copy protection. You needed the booklet. You needed the instructions if you wanted to know what the spells were. Does that put Zap at... No, level 10. Okay. We'll still grab it, since it's daytime. Only a 4 in there. Nothing in these. Finding stuff that's selling. Yeah, you sell those. Thank you. That'll go to the bard. Might be time to just throw the bard in there and start getting some levels. 30,000 points. I want 30,000. You might notice as I walk around, a little blue flash over Zap and Blaze's name once in a while. And that blue flash indicates gaining magic points. So, my spellcasters are solar powered. When you're out in the sun, they regain, again, another real-time element to the game. When you're out in the sun, they regain magic points at a regular rate. There, I don't need to abuse the saves I would not have if I were playing on full legacy mode, because if I lose Stabby, it's no big deal. Quit with the armor, guys. I don't have any fighters. More armor. Gloves. They could be leather, they could be mithril. Either way, not all that useful. Chainmail. Like really, a light wand would be brilliant. No pun intended. I want to know what I did to offend the gods of equipment distribution. The RNG is not with me today. Oh yeah, we can trade that leather. Equip that leather. Oh, we got mithril scale, yeah. Trade it back. Pass this stuff back here. Unidentified gloves. Mithril gloves. Cool. Warrior, Paladin, Bard. Hold on to that for the Bard. Oh, I shouldn't have sold the Mithril Helm. Not a big deal. Ultimately, anything you sell to Garth, you can purchase back. Like, I can buy any of the things I've sold. Yeah. He's got a standard stock, but the Mithril Mace I sold to him, the Mithril Axe I sold to him, Mithril Chain, Mithril Plate. You can buy it back from him. This does mean that the game allows you to sell plot-relevant and plot-relevant items. You can sell things that you need in order to beat the game. And then you can buy them back from him at twice the price. So if you sell the Onyx Key for 50,000 gold, you got to buy it back for 100. Garth doesn't care. He's just in it to make a buck. Come on, controller. There we go. I mean, yes, thank you, but still. There we got our first negative armor class. Think of armor class, if you're doing this, if you're trying to remember how armor class works, it's a bonus that gets added to your enemy's chance to hit. Unidentified, but armor again. Like, I get it. You want me well defended. Is there some hidden variable I'm tripping that only allows me to purchase or to find armor? Ah! Like, there's seriously a half dozen things I could find more useful than another suit of armor. Bard sword, fire horn. Day blade, light wand. Lax lyre. Come on, give me something. Not more armor. Oh my goodness. Ah! Ah! And other such noises. Well, there's a point of dexterity. That's nice. You. Ibarra's mystical coat of armor and Phase Door. Phase Door is an important spell. Because it allows me to walk through a wall. Yeah, for target robes. Get in here, Melody. We haven't got any good equipment for you, but alright. And in honor of the Welsh Bard... Oh, cool, the gold. One harp. So, we get to talk about bard songs now. Bard songs are enduring enchantments that last over time, and the rule is that a bard can sing one song per level of experience before running out of voice. Here's what Phase Door does. Boom. There's a trap here. I don't want to step on it. Especially with a bard who's never been in combat before.
I just wanted to interject really quickly again about the harp. I'm assuming they obviously mean the hand, like a handheld harp, but it just makes me. It just sounds quite funny to think that someone would be lugging around a giant, great big harp around the place.
Kestrel harp, yeah. That would be something. No, this is yeah. So we're going to play some music here, specifically the Traveler's Tune. Lowers our armor class. And there's our actual music. I'm gonna zap a trap. And head down to the basement 3. Here's where the real experience is. Or some of it, anyway. It's 13,000 a fight. There we go. If you're fighting the right things. Uh-oh. Yeah. That phase door right through the wall there. Nope, wrong one. Perhaps that. And we'll just phase door right through this wall right here. And out we go. Bunch of levels in hand. Now, a very interesting thing, mechanic of the game is Bard song. The power of Bard songs is based on where you are when you sing them. The further you are in the game, if you're in the last area, you get more powerful Bard songs. Which is an interesting way to do it, I suppose. Oh, nice. Oh, cool the money, thank you. And you'll notice the Bard has a ridiculous number of hit points. Already in the triple digits. That's the benefit of high constitution. And fighter-type hit point rolls. How close are we? Oh yeah, we're nowhere near. Okay. Get through that. Come down here. Down these stairs. Go round the spiral. You might have noticed my map stopped turning with me. It's because I cast a magic compass, because for some reason my brain got disoriented. Probably because it's only just a bit after 6 and I've been awake since 4. And so I needed to reorient myself and use the compass. Okay, enough. We have enough armor. Like, I swear it's teasing me. I mean, really, it's just clear that the game itself wants the watchers to have more of a chance to donate, right? That's clearly what's going on here.
Yeah, if people want to go and donate, then if you're on Twitch, type !donate in the chat. That will bring up the link to the donation page in Twitch chat. On YouTube, there's a link in the description down below. It's the very first link in the description. If you're on neither option, and you don't have access to Twitch chat or whatever, then the QR code will be cycling through every so often, and that will appear on screen, and you can scan that, and that will also take you to the donation page as well. Donations go to Everyone Can. We do retain a 10% cut from all donations. You can also choose to just donate that as part of your donation as well, so that your full donation then goes to Everyone Can. But the total you see on screen is the total you'll eventually be donating to Everyone Can at the end of the event once everything's been processed. That currently stands at £118. It's absolutely incredible, but let's keep those donations coming in. Let's have an even higher total by the end of the event, because the event finishes today at about 4 PM, which is in about 5 hours. So if you've got 5 hours left to donate live and have your messages read out on stream.
And given the way this run is going, I may take up all 5 of those hours. The RNG isn't
I
that.
guarantee you will not be taking 5 hours.
I am having, like, I'm used to a mandolin, not a fire mandolin, just a mandolin. All right, well that gives us almost all the experience we need for this bit. We're just gonna go through the wall here. It's faster. We need to stop by one or two good fights on the way out to get Blaze up to 230,000. 230,000 experience is level 13 for our spellcasters, and then they will change class. But after that, we don't really need to grind for them. At least not in this way. Though some equipment, again... There's a fire horn, finally. That's something anyway. So the game has different sound fonts, so we're hearing the mandolin sound font, or the harp sound font. Here's the flute. Here's the fire horn. Oh, smoke in my eyes. Okay. Alright, spell acquiring level 7, Death Strike and Restoration. Level 7, Apport Arcane. Apport Arcane is what's going to trivialize the remainder of the dungeons. I'm going to immediately throw those two into Sorcerer. So Conjurer and Magician are your basic low-level spellcaster types. They're the ones you can start as. The flavor between them... Magicians are theoretically more powerful, but the difference between them is that Conjurers create things. They conjure things, right? Magicians, meanwhile, they enchant things. So this is how Apport Arcane works. We just designate some coordinates. Now this floor we can't actually Apport Arcane to it, unfortunately. Oops, facing the wrong way. Follow the wall so don't step on any traps, because I know there are traps. Get teleported by stepping through here, run away. And we will restore our map with the spell Scry Sight on the Magician. Thank you. There we go. So then we get to Sorcerers, and Sorcerers are illusionists. They summon up powerful illusions to fight for us. There's some zombies in here we can take on the way. You need to have third level... Ooh, an unidentified instrument. Yay. We already have our powerful instrument. Teleported. There goes... That's an anti-magic. This is darkness. And there's traps through there. And there's traps through there. And here is... King Eldrick, now a creature of darkness. Now, mortal men, I will drink of your souls. Hide, hide, hide. Attack. And he's dead. Look at that. We get the eye. Alright, now we're going to do something that's only in here. We can use the journal and just Apport Arcane straight to the exit. There we go. Now with that eye... I'm going to head into Baron Harkon's domain. These statues that we have done much killing of. This is the one that could cause problems. Hide, hide, hide. Cast Death Strike. at the Grey Dragon. Yes, you can cast Death Strike on your team. And that's the problem with the dragon. They breathe fire. That's okay. There's a temple right here. We need to pool our money, obviously. Make sure our order is right. Our order is right. Okay, this is Baron Harkon's castle. We're going to change our Bard Song up for the moment to the Seeker's Ballad, which gives us light. We're going to cast a phase door through here. We're going to avoid going through the entirety of the dungeon just to get the crystal sword, and just grab it from here. And then we are going to cast a quick Apport Arcane to go 3 south and 3 to the east. Take the stairs up. Go through here. Get rid of the trap in front of me. Run away. Smoke in my eyes. And then, of course, there's the riddle. Yeah. Once man alive, now living death, it drinketh blood and stealeth breath. Guess is welcome. I'm just taking an opportunity to stretch. The answer is vampire. There we go. We get the silver square. We'll need that. We are going to then go and fight the boss. Apport Arcane. We go 1 north, 1 west, and up 1. A golden statue of 15-foot tall warrior stands before you. Yeah, approach it. An eye levitates from the party. That eye that we got. The statue comes to life and says, "I hunger." The walls shake as the statue stands suddenly, flinging marble everywhere. Gaze at the awesomeness of one mad god. 95% chance, that's good. Defend, cast Death Strike on the mad god. It's not immune to death spells. Look at that. Mithril Axe. So we get teleported. We can't get into this corner normally. That's what those gates are for. So this is Kiliaran's tower. We have smoke in our eyes still, so we're just going to do that. We get teleported here. Step through here. We got teleported. We're standing on a spinner. If I were to try and turn, I would end up facing a random direction. But I know what direction I'm facing now, so I just step off the spinner and go this way. Answer this question. Wall, turn this way, go here. Answer that question. Go over here. Step through here. Follow this long corridor. And I will abuse the save, because here's 6 green dragons. Run away. Okay, come on, maps. There we are. We turn north, 1, turn west, turn south, 1, 2, 3, to the wall, turn west, turn north, 1, 2, 3, to the wall, turn west, turn north, go get the silver triangle. Go south back to the wall, go east 1, south 1, west 1, south to the wall, west, or east to the wall, south to the wall, west, north, west, north, west, west, south. And we're out. You follow all that? Oh, I tried to run there. That didn't work. Alright, let's use that fire horn and try and deal with the shadows. Run away. Okay, through here is the crystal golem. Yes, of course I'll fight it. Now, the problem is, it comes back to life if you kill it without using the crystal sword. But for whatever reason... Oh dear. It's programmed always to drop an item. we don't fight it, we get kicked out of that room. So, here we go. So the crystal sword is going to has to deal the killing blow. So we spend some time here buffing and debuffing and letting our poor friend there get killed. And now Melody is going to attack and never stop attacking. There we go. 60 damage in one shot. A luck shield. Oh, an actually useful thing. I mean, not super useful, but actually, you know, has it an item with value. Sure, if you wanted to be the first one to die, yeah. So we need to go through this winding corridor. This winding corridor, thank you. So this is the second last dungeon. Run away. Don't want anything to do with that. Very winding corridor. Continues to wind for a while. And we go through the door. Specific path around here. Get teleported. There we go. And another winding corridor. The final climb up to meet Kiliaran at the top of the tower. Gives me an onyx key. We'll equip to make sure we don't accidentally drop. Get teleported. And we're back to town. First stop. Raise the dead. Out to the cemetery. Come on, everybody. All right. Next thing we need to do is we need to get ourselves a wizard. Which means a little more grind, but not too much. How much money have I got? Okay, good. What's my unidentified instrument? It's just a mandolin. Yes, I can sell the silver square and silver triangle. They are essential. I would have to go back and get them, or just buy them back from Garth. Does anyone not have a shield? You got a buckler. You got no shield at all. Samurai figurines sell quite nicely. Okay. Alright, now, our next stop is the first dungeon. Right now you're going, what do you mean the first dungeon? We haven't even been in there yet. It's true. The first dungeon is here, the wine cellar. And under this wine cellar is a very large set of sewers. But we can completely trivialize it by just jumping to the very end. Take the long stairs up, and here we are in the corner where we couldn't get into before. Mangar's Tower. We would not be able to get there we would not be able to see those stairs except that we have the onyx key. So my first stop is to go south. Shoot, my brain stopped. I think that's right. You know what? Before we do that, since my brain just does not want to tell me the right numbers right now, I think it's 7 and 4, and then up 1. Yep. Get the silver circle. And from here... Yeah, 9 and 7. Get the stairs. I'm going to cast a magic compass spell so that I can see which direction I'm facing. So we go west to the wall, because this whole floor is dark. East 2, go north to the wall. West, 2 steps north. Cast the trap zap. Double darkness means we got teleported. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Do you have a rough idea of how long was left of the run? We're ever so slightly overestimate.
Already overestimate? Oh my goodness. That's the problem with not finding the stuff you need. There we were sort of standing on a spinner, and it was... I need to do... Let's see. Well, this is the final dungeon. I need to go in and out, because I need to do one quick grind fight. Two quick grind fights to get my wizard so that I can get let's see here. Ha! Landed in the right spot. I need to do 2 quick fights, hopefully, so that I can get my sorcerers into wizard, and I need to get to wizard level 3. Ooh, a conjure staff. That's a handy thing to find. Conjure staff halves the cost of spells. So I'm going to go as quick as I can here. Try and get through that. Not being able to find any decent equipment for, well, at all. The RNG just kind of messed with me today. There's 68 mercenaries, that's what I wanted. Firehorn, do it. So let me know if we need to cut off and switch to Bard's Tale 2, or...
We're still okay at the moment, but if you're coming up to the end of the run, then we can carry on. If it gets massively overestimate, then I might have to start, either speeding you up or cutting you off.
Yeah. Well, there's very little I can do to go faster from here to the end. It's not like I'm holding back at this point. Yeah, the unfortunate lack of good drops kind of mucked with everything. Where am I going? Anyway, the Master Key I purchased, which I should equip. The Master Key I purchased means that I can get through those gates. And let us go once more over here. And kill a dragon. And raise the dead. And of course, once more, it's the person carrying the gold that got killed. Hey, we're going to take on the best grind fight in the game. So go 5, 11, and up 2. Official robes are required. I don't have official robes. And frankly, I don't think I should need official robes. So, we're just going to step in and fight a bunch of berserkers. 400 berserkers. Be aware if you have headphones on, this can get noisy, because we're going to be doing a lot of spells at them. Or not. Good lord. Those are all 95s. Doesn't get better than that. There we go. Use that fire horn. Org. Done. An Ali's carpet. Okay, I'll take that. And now we're just going to teleport out of here and get my levels. Shoop. So I was wondering where the statues were for a second. Forgot. Where you enter the town depends on what statues are around. The statues right near where you enter are not going to be there. Now, the benefit of changing class is that you return to level 1, which means, of course, it's very easy to get levels. Oh. Right, class change to wizard. Class change to wizard. And we're going to go and do that one more time. Except now, both sorcerers have the spell Mangar's Mind Blade. Mangar's Mind Blade isn't just an attack on a group of enemies, it's an attack on all enemies. So I can kill 396 berserkers in relatively short order. And we will just accept that the game is not going to give me the equipment I want. Or even treat me with at least a modicum of respect, this jerk game. Nibble, nibble. What was I saying about respect? 95% chance. Hit your 95s, please. Ah, it's the bard. Nibble, nibble. So again, this does kind of have the effect of a machine gun. I mean, both sound-wise and, like, literally. Yeah, it's very effective. Down they go. An unidentified offhand. Could finally be a light wand, but it's probably a shield of some sort. Boom. There, that's all the experience I need. I've got all the things I need. Well, more or less. I just need to go and get my levels. And then go and take on Mangar. What we need is the wizard spell Dispossess. It's a 3rd level spell, so we need a wizard at level 5 or higher. And Dispossess unpossesses a possessed person. It is a requirement because of a trap that will possess someone in the team. And the alternative to dispossessing them is killing them. Alright, now we can do this thing here. We go north 2, east 11, up 1. That takes us to the stairs. That is as high as we can teleport. Run away. Cast. Trap zap. Cast another trap zap. Our compass is going to vanish. 2, 3, 4. Cast another trap zap. 1, 2. But since I'm equipped with the master key, when you're equipped with the master key, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Run. When the master key is equipped, spinners don't spin you. These stairs would not have appeared except we talked to the magic mouth and said, "Lie with passion or be forever damned." One last chance to get some good stuff. We probably won't, given the way the RNG's been treating me today. A Death Ring and a Lore Helm. Lore Helm would be great if we were moving on to the other games. Death Ring is nowhere near as cool as it sounds. We're going to cast Second Sight, which tells me things like a spinner ahead. Something special. Trap near. Mainly I use it to find traps because very often I forget where the traps are and then I end up very dead and having to abandon a run. This is the 4th floor. If we don't have music playing, these dragons will attack us. But they're asleep. Wrong one. Scry Sight. Ah! There it is. Trap zap. 1, 2. Go through here. Run away from this fight. Oh dear. Try to run away from that fight. Mind Shadows and 4 demons. Nibble, nibble, and hope. Great! Lost the bard. How bad is that? Reload. That's how bad that is. Alright. Ring of Power. Also not as cool as it sounds. Darkness. Zap the trap. Sleeping red dragons. Go through the wall. Cast the Scry Sight so I can see my map. Cast the trap zap. 1, 2. Try this again. Run away. And now, the best square in all of RPGs. This turns all the walls into doors and doors into walls. So we end up back near where we started. This is where we fought the zombies. Everything's inverted now. And use that carpet we got. Go up here. You need to be able to levitate to use portals. Run away. Run away. Yes, there were 61 maze dwellers there. The numbers get ridiculous. This is where we get someone possessed. In this case, Insta. This is where we cast Dispossess. Problem solved. No more hostiles. No, we don't wish to continue. Next step. Run away. And finally through here we get teleported again. Almost at the end. And hey, you know the best part about this? No setup time! I can just immediately go into the next game. Alright, trap zap there. Go around this forced encounter tile. Almost there. Step up through here. What do you do with a pool of boiling liquid? You jump into it, of course. Because this is an RPG. 4 specters. A corridor that hurts us. A square, a circle, a triangle. We have the silver equivalents of each. Run away. Turn to the right. Go. I think it's... Let me check my map. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. Turn north. 1, 2, 3. Turn... Yeah, okay. And then 1, 2. Cast a trap zap. Thank you. Run away. And this is the Spectre Snare. Melody, you're going to take that. Magical Lasso. We're going to equip it. And we are going to see how lucky we are today. This fight is often horrific. Change my Bard song to the La Clarin to resist magic. And here's our fight. Mangar and Demon Lords and Vampire Lords. We're going to use the Spectre Snare on the Demon Lords. We're going to cast a bunch of spells that will probably do very little. Death Strike on a Demon Lord. And Repel Dead on the Vampire Lords. Oh, we got one Demon Lord. The other Demon Lord did not die. Attack Mangar from the shadows. Attack Vampire Lord from the shadows. Use the Spectre Snare on a Vampire Lord. And cast a Death Strike on Vampire Lord. Cast Repel Dead on the Vampire Lord. And we are basically done here. And that is time. One game down. Ugh, how bad was it?
You are 19 minutes overestimated.
Jesus Murphy. All right, let's not even pause here. Let's just go straight back to start volume 2, shall we?